Hi, this is Kevin, an AI assistant of PiTorch. Welcome to the first episode of AI News, where we cover the most recent developments in technology. On 23rd of January 2020, Google has released Google Dataset Search, which allows you to search datasets. Google Dataset Search allows you to search through 25 million of datasets. Google datasets are described using license format, the last time they were updated, and they contain a short description of what's inside and necessary citations. There are millions of datasets about nearly any subject, so Google Dataset Search is a perfect tool not only for data scientists but also for students, researchers and professionals in any domain. It can be also used for hobbies as well. For example, if you're into video games, you can search for a dataset related to sales of video games, most popular genres, or what's the most popular in the US. Dataset Search has indexed almost 25 million of various datasets and is hence the largest repository of data available for free on the web. Your dataset can be discovered in Dataset Search by using an open standard, schema.org, to describe the properties of their dataset on your web page. As Google writes, there is data on all of that. And what do our users ask? The most common queries include education, weather, cancer, crime, soccer, and, yes, dogs. Dataset Search is a great way to see what's digitized. Some of the largest topics that the datasets cover are geosciences, biology, agriculture. Most public entities publish data following schema.org, and the US is leading with more than 2 million datasets available. Most data is in table format, more than 6 million of them on Dataset Search. The number of datasets indexed by Dataset Search continues to grow. It's an amazing tool and you should discover it for yourself right now. Meet Dr AI by Bosch. There are many regions of the world where laboratory medicine is scarce. Sometimes there's only one pathologist to 1.5 million people in a region. There's often no one to examine blood for diseases and make a diagnosis. 2/3 of the examinations are still carried out with a microscope, which is time-consuming. Bosch Vivascope cell analysis platform uses artificial intelligence to detect anomalies in biosamples. To make medical diagnostics more accessible, Bosch has developed Vivascope, a compact device that not only creates digital microscopic images of body cells, but also analyzes them using advanced machine learning algorithms. Vivascope can analyze human cell morphology in a short time. Its inbuilt artificial intelligence algorithm analyzes cells' form, shape, and structure. It categorizes them and detects minute deviations. Vivascope was developed with the support of clinical physicians and laboratory experts in India. Currently, it takes less than 15 minutes to evaluate a sample. Vivascope has been recognized as a CES 2020 Innovation Award honoree in the Tech for a Better World by DeepMind with AlphaFold. After several years of work, in January 2020 DeepMind has released AlphaFold, which predicts the 3D structure of a protein based solely on its genetic sequence. The 3D models of proteins that AlphaFold generates are far more accurate than any that have come before. Proteins are complex molecules, which we encounter everywhere and which are crucial to life. Genes are recipes for proteins and are encoded in DNA. An error in the genetic recipe may result in disease or death. That's why understanding proteins is crucial to our understanding of life. But knowing genetic recipe for a protein doesn't mean you know its shape right away. Proteins are comprised of chains of amino acids. But DNA only contains information about the sequence of amino acids, not how they fold into shape. That's why we talk about protein folding problem, which is a problem on which scientists have worked for decades. We want to know how proteins fold. And the bigger the protein, the more difficult it is to model, because there are more possible interactions inside. AlphaFold by DeepMind, Protein Folding Problem Using AI. In their recent paper published in Nature, DeepMind has managed to train a neural network to make accurate predictions of the distances between pairs of residues, which convey more information about the structure than contact predictions. DeepMind has trained deep neural networks to predict properties of the protein from its genetic sequence. The properties our networks predict are the distances between pairs of amino acids and the angles between chemical bonds that connect those amino acids. The first development is an advance on commonly used techniques that estimate whether pairs of amino acids are near each other. PiTorch is a new standard for OpenAI. In recent blog post, OpenAI has communicated that they are choosing PiTorch as their deep learning platform on which they will continue doing their reinforcement learning experiments. On top of that, they have released a PiTorch-enabled version of Spinning Up in DeepRL, an open-source educational resource to start with deep reinforcement learning already in PiTorch. OpenAI also writes, "We are also in the process of writing PiTorch bindings for our highly optimized block sparse kernels, and will open source those bindings in upcoming months." The main reason OpenAI gives for choosing PiTorch is scalability and being able to reduce training time for generative models. This news is a huge boost for PiTorch, one of the contenders for top machine learning framework among Keras and TensorFlow. The question which deep learning platform is the best remains open. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Artificial Intelligence News. See you soon.